Hey folks, welcome to another video from aplaintruth.info. Today we're going to get into the evil dark side of all things Disney. There's some news out today about some Disney executives and some very serious charges of child pedophilia, sex slaves, that kind of thing. It's nothing new when you get into the Disney side of things, but most people are unaware. They think it's the most happy place on earth. From Walt Disney's website, that Disney citizenship is our continuing commitment to be among the most admired companies in the world, both integrity of our people and the quality of our entertainment. This guides our actions as a company and our efforts to promote the happiness and well-being of kids and families by inspiring them to join us in creating a brighter tomorrow. Oh, really? So this was just posted yesterday by the Last American Vagabond, and so this was just posted by the Last American Vagabond on his website. I'll include in the show links, but Disney Empire, not such a happy place after all. And it kind of chronicles the child exploitation going on, is why a Disney exec, John Healy, was suspended without pay, being arrested on felony child sexual abuse charges, okay? This is nothing new. This has been going on for a very long time. 3 counts of sexual abuse, underage girls, 11 and 15 at the time. You also note that Disney is the place where the flu vaccines apparently started with the whole measles thing and spread into mandatory vaccines. You can't put your kids to school in California. All right, so what else is Disney about? Well, let's take a look at who old Uncle Walt here is in buddies with. Aleister Crowley, Jack Parsons, who founded JPL Laboratories, the fake rocket makers, Werner von Braun, the German Nazi brought over to run the Apollo program. So what does an occultist, JPL, NASA, and science fiction writer and founder of the Church and Scientology and rocket scientist and Disney founder of the Magic Kingdom have in common? You might be surprised at the extent of their collaborative efforts on behalf of Horus and the alien life forms. They're all members of secret societies. Aleister Crowley is the beast, known as the Beast. Walt Disney was a member of the Order of Demolay as well. He even included that in some of his Mickey Mouse movies, and I'll pronounce the Barnyard chapter, the Order of Demolay, and referenced that many times in some of his work. So this is a piece I did back in July of 2015, and sorry to burst all these kids' bubbles about what Disney is about, but again, the vaccines were, some 40 children were vaccinated, and just right after, all of a sudden people got sick. And then the mandatory vaccines, as I said, I'll put these in the show notes so you can look for yourself, but Disney mind control slaves and its mob connections from Biblioteca. From the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 90s, Illuminati-based mind control slaves were subjected to watching Disney's Fantasia films to build a foundational imagery of mind control. Child mind control victims had their eyes taped open and then sat one-on-one with the primary programmers so the programmers could give them scripts as the childs watched Fantasia over and over. Fantasia is unique as a programming tool in that it had almost everything the programs needed to create the foundational imagery for their trauma-based mind controls. They create altars through shock therapy, trauma, killing dogs or pet dogs in front of children, all to get the children to go in their alter states so they can be programmed. This is part of the MK Ultra mind control. It's been going on for a long time. Here's more. The perverted Walt Disney Empire. They are not what they think they are. Now, some of these pictures have been taken out from this, but I can still show you some of the imagery. Here's Pooh worshiping Baphomet. Who's Baphomet? He's the devil. He's Satan. He's Lucifer, folks. And look at the toys they make. Look at the toys they make. Who designed this ride, folks? So, do no evil, right? Is Google's motto. They do evil. Well, look at Maleficent. Maleficent is a Walt Disney Sleeping Beauty film that's turned into the dark side. And here you see Baphomet again with the horns. Imagery. Pictures are worth 10,000 words. And here you see one of the characters snorting cocaine. Isn't that great? And there's more images. And then you see Tangled with the word sex in here. Here you see the mermaid with the penis insert. These are images that go implanted into children's minds. They don't see it consciously, but subconsciously goes in. Look at this, giving a girl a spanking as she's, what comes off her? How about this one, folks? Walt Disney. All these heroes, or everybody wearing Mickey Mouse ears and going to Disneyland and whatnot. It's all perverted. It's perverted, folks. These guys are sick, and they put these in the children's programming. And now with electronic internet and YouTube and whatnot, look at this, folks. This is all Disney. And people adore Disney. They love going to Disneyland. I can't tell you enough. Look at this guy sticking it right up his butt. Look at this, folks. I mean, if this doesn't outrage you and make you want to just stop getting your children from watching TV forever and going to Disneyland and all the Disney movies and everywhere, this is part of the whole Shriners secret society stuff, 32nd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. They have the all-seeing eye of Horus in here. See the seeing eye? It's all subliminal programming. My son is Minecraft, and he was talking about having a thing on his arm, a tattoo that helps him keep track of all the games in Minecraft that they're imaging in the screen, but putting in the children's mind that having transhumanism arm tattoos is going to be a cool thing to do. They're professionals at it. They spend billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars every year on what's called brain mapping. Look it up. Brain mapping, studying what's between our eyes, behind the ears, and they've been doing it for decades. Here's the owl. Here's the owl, the Bohemian owl. And here's Stan the Shriner. They're all programming. See the words Illuminati in the background, and Walt Disney 666, right? It's all subliminal, the seeing eye. And then they get people like Miley Cyrus, who was a Disney kid, and then they raised her to be a pornography girl. But this is just sick, folks. It's just sick. And it goes on and on and on. So how do we stop this? Well, one is we protect our children. We try and keep them from watching Disney if that's even possible. And then two, we speak out. Share this video with others. Let them know that Disney is not what it is. I know it's not pleasant. I know it's not fun, but we have to stop the madness. The children are being programmed by Disney. And this is Miley Cyrus, who was a Disney kid, and now look at her. This is how they roll. They take the kids from the Disney and they turn them into porn stars. Little innocent Britney Spears, another Disney character, turns into, excuse me, a slut. They're all turned into that. That's how they're mind controlled and programmed. They're all part of the Illuminati. And this is the black and white transfer of Madonna and Britney Spears. And then Britney Spears goes nuts and shaves her head because she's just out of her mind. She does not have control of her mind anymore. But more in Disney. I mean, it can't be just by accident that this is all being programmed. They are evil, folks. And Apple is too. 666. Now the new Apple computers are 999, which is 666 up and down. And this keeps going on and on and on. I'll put this in the show notes, and then they have candy for the kids too. Hannah Montana. Notice the dual personalities with Hannah Montana on one end and all the phallic symbols. And these are the Disney characters walking around in Disneyland. They're authorized by Disney. Look at these outfits, folks. 30%. 30% of online is said to be porn. How do you protect your children from porn these days? This is at Disneyland, folks. That's Christina Aguilera there. This is how they roll. And then they sell underwear. Isn't that cute? You can have your little Disney underwear as well. It's sick, folks, and it needs to be stopped. It needs to end. We need to speak out about it, and we need to stop the madness that is programming our children into accepting this as normal. All right, so I'll put this all in the show notes so you can look at it yourself and get into it a little deeper. But please speak out. Let's year 2018 be the year of truth, where we speak the truth. No matter how harsh it is to say, we need to speak out. We need to protect our children. All right, this is a plain truth out. Let's start the new year with the gift of truth to our friends, to our family, to our loved ones, and to all. Doesn't matter if they hear it, listen or not. Once you've spoken it, they can't unhear. All right, plain truth out. We'll catch you in another video, Doc. Thanks for listening.